he has just taken it too far.
Well, I thought Billy was going to give the kids a train ride, not this.
I mean, Billy should know better. He's bad enough, and now he's trying to get kids involved?
It looks like we're on. Never mind the mess over here. My name is Aaron Tate.
Hey, this is Richard Gere. Yeah, Billy was going to start Hold My Kids Daycare, as you can see.
Well, he was actually doing a Hold My Beer Kids time trials run.
But I want to reassure you fans that all the kids are safe, they're fine, and Billy will be rescued eventually. Look, hey, here's the cars for day 5. We've got a number of great new builders that are in the race and some fascinating... look, there's Arlo.
Race fans, we've got 13 more drivers that are competing to get into the top tournament or the Group 2 tournament, and they will have 3 chances down lane 2. Okay, let's begin, race fans, with Maniac Motorsports, and Nitro Z is the driver. Maniac Motorsports is from Maine.
Hey, that's kind of clever if you think about it. If he was from California, he would be a Californiac. All right, anyway, off he goes in his Jeep Wagoneer. That is a cool-looking Jeep Wagoneer. Now, unfortunately, Nitro Z had trouble over the pretzel turn. And as he makes his way, this is his first run, and he finished this time, but the next 2 times he DNF'd. It's good to see that he did finish. As you can tell, he got slowed up on the upper section of the course, but he's got much more speed. Whoa, look at that. Got slowed up a little bit on the half pipe. Here he comes through, 23.0620.
And next up, we have Johnny Smoke from Small Shop Talk Diecast in South Carolina.
And he has a sand burner, but he's actually modified it some. It'll be very interesting to see how he handles the course with his modifications. He finished all 3 races. That's the good news. Now this, it looks like the start is a little slow for him. And let's see, this was the second run. This was his fastest run. And you'll notice he's picking up speed now. So what started out as slow is quickly coming faster, and a great smooth turn, and now he's really moving along over the hill and just straight as an arrow. Oh, he just got off the track, but he's still on his wheels, kissing that gravity throttle racing flag with a 19.8374.
And now from MDG Racing is MDG, and he's got a Roar by 4 from Texas.
Yeah, Roar by 4. Look at that. Dual rudders. Looks like an airplane with wheels on it. There's the green light, and Mike finished all 3 races. His second run, which we're watching now, is the fastest of the 3. He will be very smooth as he goes through the entire course, and consistency, we say this all the time, consistency counts, and you're seeing it right there. What a great turn, coming through, look at methodically over the jump, wheels down, right into the train tracks, and he has an 18.1555.
Next up, also from Texas, the state of Texas, is Flame with Rage and Flame Racing.
I have never heard of this Sandivore. It looks really cool, and I love that fireball on the side. So let's see now, who's driving now? It's Flame. Flame is driving, and I guess Rage is cheering on with a Rage. This is the second run, and Flame did DNF the third run, but came with a time on the first. And again, you're seeing very good, smooth ride. A little bit of a slide there, which slows her up. And yes, indeed, it is a female coming through. And no jump this time, but a 19.9101.
You're looking at Ty One On Racing and Sandy Mick. Sandy Mick is from Texas, driving that Land Cruiser.
That is the coolest Land Cruiser. I just love it. I love the paint job and all those decals. This thing is Baja ready. Now, Sandy was able to finish 2 of the 3 runs down the track. This is run number 2 and her fastest as she's approaching the first of several moguls in the sand dunes. And nice turn around. Got slid up a little bit over the hill, but she's gonna, look at that. Very nicely done over the jump. Wheels, oh, she tips it over at the end. Sandy's gonna come in with a 19.8765.
Race fans, hang on to your boots because we have Coots from Bent Rod Racing driving that Jeep Wagoneer.
Yes, he is from Eastern Washington, and that is just one gorgeous area, Eastern Washington, Idaho area. And here he is out here in Colorado, ready to take his Jeep Wagoneer down, and we'll take a look here and tell you that he finished all 3 races with good times. This was his second run, and I like this Jeep. I like the way it's handling the sand dunes. Watch as it, you'll see real soon why it finished all 3 races. Look how smooth he is, and taking this methodical approach. Oh, he does tip over at the end, and we get to see the shiny chrome underside with an 18.1555.
Race fans, we are halfway through the runs for day 5, and now we've got Iron Man with Iron's Diecast Racing.
That's right, Iron Man's been here before. Glad to have him back. Now, I'll tell you what, Iron Man's truck, it is pretty fast. You're going to find out quick. He did DNF 2 of the runs, and this is the interesting contrast. We've got those that finish in the 18s that are finishing all 3 runs. Maybe Iron Man just had some bad luck, but this is his first run when he did finish, and you can see already he is just moving along. Went over the top section quite well. Look at him scoot along. Now, he does flip over, but Iron Man's going to come through with a 17.5680.
Hey, look, Richard. We've got a dog driving a car. It's Lando with Arlo Racing driving this Volvo.
Okay, full disclosure, race fans. As the crew was finishing up the details of the track, Lando decided to come on out and race the car down to help us out, which was great. But today, the dog had a rough day, no pun intended. Now, Lando did finish 1 race, that's good. But it wasn't as fast as when he was helping us out, and whoa! I don't know why, but this dog wanted to go backwards and then back forward again. Take a look though. Lando was all over the place. His fastest time was an 18.3133.
Introducing El Shano from SteelCity Mafia Racing, driving that
That's a van.
Baja Breaker, a van.
That's right, we got a van. Okay, race fans. And there's his logo, SteelCity Mafia. He is brand new to this course. And that van takes off, there it goes. Doing pretty well. Through the upper section, over the tree, along the sand now. Not into the sand, but along the sand and over the dunes. Come on, SteelCity. El Shano did finish 2 of the 3 races. He is looking very smooth, and I'm impressed as he comes. Look at that, nice control into the tree. This was his 2nd run, and he clocks in with a 19.2649.
And here we have BlueLine Racing. It's BLR driving a Dodge D200.
Well, Aaron, I don't know if it's me, but that truck looks like it's just going to tear up the track.
Did he finish all of the runs?
Well, before I get to that, let's watch the start here, because take a look. He is just moving along. Look at that. Nice and clean over the top section, over the log, and now zooming down over the sand dunes. He did DNF the 1st run. This is the 2nd. And 2nd and 3rd were very fast. Wow, he got some air there. Very smooth and consistent. Well, he ended up over by the GTR flag, giving it a big kiss, and 16.8763 is a great time.
Introducing Chaos from Kaotiq Racing, and he's driving that Jeep J10.
That's right, Chaos. He was there in the Baja Bison tournament, and he did well. But here, he DNF'd the 1st and the 2nd run down the track, and it was pretty much in the same location. We'll get to that in a minute. He's struggling there through the rocks, and now he's picking up speed. You know, I noticed that with builders that take the time to polish the axles and find wheels that spin really well, they just motor right over the rocks. It was right here that he had problems. Now, he did manage to make it through this time, and he's swinging along and coming right over into the coal car with a 21.7908.
Race fans, you're looking at the grand champion of the Baja Bouncer Invitational at Chavano Mountain Raceway.
That is one cool-looking Dodge Power Wagon. And so Vapor Racing number 21, he is about ready to zoom off the starting line. There he goes. Sneaky Bob is from Michigan, and he's making his way over the rocks and over the log. Pretty good beginning for him now over the dunes. Oh, we got to tell you, race fans, he DNF'd his 1st run because as he came onto the half pipe, he flew right off. That's not happened to any of the drivers, but Sneaky Bob does finish the 2nd run. It was his fastest time, 18.2444.
And wrapping up the final entry of day 5 is Farrell Patrick from Farrell Patrick Mods. He's got a 1980 Ford Bronco.
That's right, Farrell Patrick is up in Minnesota, and he is looking really sweet in that Ford Bronco with a motorcycle or bicycle in the back. And here he goes. That was a good fast start. Now over the sand dunes, nice and methodical. This was his 2nd run, and it was his fastest. Little slowed up over the hill, but here, now he's coming down and right down the center, over the jump, beautiful. A very casual sauntering onto the sand with a 19.5848.
And race fans, we hope you're tracking. Take a look here at some of the images from today's crazy time trials. These drivers really got banged around by the track. And Farrell Patrick, and there is Sneaky Bob.
64 racers have completed their time trials. Of course, on the right-hand side, you look at the times. JAC has the lead. They're the first 20. And some of the racers today have logged their place up in the top 20. And here we have 21 through 40. Several of our racers today clocked in the 18s, and they're on that page. And then we bleed into the 19-second runs, 20 and 21-second runs. And race fans, we still have 2 more days left. 26 or even more drivers remaining. 2 days of time trials, and we wrap it up this coming Friday. We need your help to do the dunes together.
Are you tracking?